Okay, I just want to make sure that the camera is shooting properly, so I'm going to test this really quickly. Okay, so here's what happened. The wide-angle lens that I have for my G85, it's not very good. You'll see blurred edges. I'm going to show you a little bit of footage. Well, let's just check that out right now. So I only have a few minutes to record this thing, but I wanted to get it done because it's video day, and today is the day I do video. So this is episode 2 of Time Crafting TV, and the big thing I wanted to focus on in this episode was all the footage I've already shot. I'm going to put in some insights. I'm going to be taking my camera to Toronto. I'm actually leaving for the airport in like 10 minutes. So this is videos, it's all about hustle. And I'm recording this legitimately on the 25th of September because I know this because my Lego calendar says the 25th. Right, so that didn't work so well. So what I had to do is I had to do this. I had to record this right now, which is technically not video day. I'm doing this on audio day, but well, we'll talk about how sometimes you have to do things that are not part of the theme on the days that they're supposed to be done. We're going to explore that in future episodes for sure, especially if you mention it in the comments below. You want to talk about theme days, all that stuff, I'll totally do it. But what I want to talk about here is, first off, there's a cat. I'm at my brother's place right now recording this on the 26th now, but this video is primarily going to showcase what I did at Grow with Video Live. There's a lot of it's just my way of practicing getting things happening. There'll be some interstitials of me doing this right now, you know, this kind of thing. But I wanted to get this going and get up episode number 2. And besides, I wanted to talk about Grow with Video Live. So you're going to see some really cool stuff. Let's just get on with the show. So I'm here in the Red Rock, and I'm waiting for my buddy Todd, who's literally right here.
What's up, dude?
Here he comes, right here.
Ambitious.
Yeah, right away. Todd.LIVE, right here.
How you doing, folks? Grow with Video Live. That's where it's at.
Check this out. This is super cool. This guy just loves LEDs. Even Todd thinks it's cool. Todd, this is cool, right?
Oh yeah, this is awesome. I'm gonna video it for sure. Oh, you like my?
No, I do like your explanation of Canadian. So I just said ADAR, like ADAR.
Right.
So we have a sense of like other Canadians.
Right.
How is that again? What do you sense?
Well, what I notice about Canadians is when, like, Mike, you're from Victoria, and I've been at shows with you where you meet somebody who's maybe they're in like Nova Scotia or Toronto, somewhere far away.
Right.
And when they say, "Oh, I'm in Toronto," you're like, "Oh," like it's the next neighborhood over. It's a reaction like you're the next neighborhood over, not 2,000 miles off. So like it seems like every locality in Canada is the next neighborhood over.
It's true.
The way you all treat it. Where here, if somebody tells me, you know, I live in California, if somebody says, "Well, I live in Virginia," I'm not going to be like, "Oh," you know, because no, they're 3,000 miles away, right?
Yeah. Well, there's only 35 million people in Canada too, so we're like, I think we may all know each other.
Yeah, but I mean, all Canadians do that. They're kind of like, "Oh, you're just the," you know, it's almost like you're just the next town over, but you're not.
No,
so
we're definitely not. But there is a good chance if we're at a conference together and we live in the same space that we probably do know either each other or we know.
Well, you have a lot of the same.
We have
circle
1
of
degree
for
of
sure.
separation, which is ridiculous.
That I believe.
That's Canada, so we do have an ADAR, definitely.
Yep, that I believe.
Now there were other things that we did after we did that Canada talk. Had a couple beers, went to bed. The next morning is what you're going to see next. Thank you very much. There you are. Do you ever eat those glasses completely?
You're recording that? Yeah. You know what? I've had these glasses for like 10 years and I still haven't eaten them yet. Or swallowed them accidentally. Maybe I partially swallowed it once.
It's fiber though. You get your fiber every morning.
Fiber, right? Plastic. Well, if it goes to my stomach, it's not in the middle of the ocean.
That's true. That's true. You ready?
Ready.
All right. All right. So let's see what this is. We have a special entrance, complete with tables that we get to sit at. I think. Hey guys. All right, where do you want to sit?
You want to get an M spot, like somewhere along the aisle?
With lots of room. Look, I love this meta thing. I'm filming you, filming other.
So hey Mike, just want to shoot you a quick video and say thanks so much for connecting with me on Twitter. Super busy right now. I'm actually in the middle of a live event. And so I just want to say what's up and not even be weird or anything, but we're just talking about social media. But anyways, look forward to connecting in the future. Keep crushing it, keep smashing it, and we'll talk soon.
Thanks.
He's right here.
Hey Mike, you're welcome.
Okay, so after this point in time, we went for lunch. So what you're about to see is just us kind of, and I haven't figured out how to do interstitials yet. So I'm going to get better at that. But for now, I just want to share with you, we went for lunch, and this is kind of what went down at lunch.
I think it's over this way. So I'm on my way to Shake Shack in Las Vegas, up by Red Rock, with my friend Mike Vardy. And he's recording too, as a matter of fact. And we probably look like two geeks walking down the street going to get hamburgers and shakes, but that's what's happening here. At Grow With Video Live, Sean Cannell's event.
It's not as hot today, I don't think. It doesn't feel as hot. It was like killer yesterday. This will buzz soon. So, at Shake Shack. I'm ordering a grape soda. I haven't had a grape soda in a long time. Look, you know what I love about this? Check this out. Oh, look! It's buzzing. Time to go get my food. So grape soda is not a big thing in Canada. You can't order it in a restaurant. See how this tastes. I couldn't do this every day. This will limit me to one soda, which is good. That's one hell of a shake. I know, it looks good. Sprinkles. So, if those are the ones in the studio, which makes sense because they're the same exact camera, so you use the same footage, then this is the one you're going to use for mobile. Then you should set that thing up and start using it. Like right now at the
No, why not?
Well, that's right. I'll do it at the next meal. Now I'd love to show you where we filmed more footage from the next meal that Todd said he was going to film at, but that footage isn't found. There is none of that footage. So, moving on. So after lunch, we basically just kind of, I took in the conference. In fact, I took in the conference for the better part of the next couple of days. Here are some of my immediate thoughts after, and I'll come back after you see this to share with you my kind of final thoughts on what I thought about Grow With Video Live on the whole. And what I think about events in general, but specifically Grow With Video Live. So let's hear what I thought about back then. We're talking about, what, 3 weeks ago now. Normally I would have my other phone with me right now, other camera, but I'm really enjoying this conference, mainly because of the intimacy, the energy Sean's and his whole team have put together something really, really amazing. But the big thing is for me is that I'm learning how important video is. I'm getting clearer on my strategy, which is great. And there's lots of really cool stuff going on. So anyway, that's what's going on right now. And let me see if I can get back to where I'm supposed to be. That's the tricky part. There's a bunch of different conferences going on. I almost walked down the wrong hall. So anyway, I'm really excited. Learning, again, if anything's being reinforced, it's community and, frankly, getting back on LinkedIn. That's where my avatar lives. That's where I need to be. Anyways, onward and upward, as this sign says. Okay, so after having some time to decompress a bit, which is what I always like to do after an event, and I think you should do that. I think you need to take time to do that. There's the time mentioning. By the way, did you see the white sunglasses earlier in the clip? Because I'm actually going to try to have them in every episode. So go back if you didn't see them, and you'll see them. Or maybe you'll see them a little bit later, but hang tight. So events are largely made up of the people that are at them. So I had a great time hanging out with a lot of really cool people at the event. Owen Video, Dan, Jeremy Vest from vidIQ. It was a great event for that. I think the biggest thing for me that I got out of Grow with Video Live, first off, I know I want to do my own event at some point. That keeps getting reinforced in my head. I'm not ready yet, but that keeps hitting me back here. You know, I want to do an event. Secondly, the community aspect is still very strong, and that was even more evident in the second day. There's people that were there. They were right in. They are Sean's tribe, without a doubt. And then the other thing that kind of, for me, I think it was the good springboard for me, because I want to start doing more video. Clearly, you're seeing me do another episode and I actually committed on the second day. I said, every week, new episode, YouTube show. And there was applause, and then all was happy in the land. But I think that's the big thing, is that it got me going for my monthly theme, which was Time Crafting TV, and I've kept it going. I've been really consistent. So that's a big deal for me. So, I don't know that, I think if you're new to video, or if you're new to online business, Growth Video Live is going to be really great for you. I don't know, depending on where I'm at next year, I don't know if I'll be back. There's lots of other conferences to go to, but I think Sean and his team put together a really good event. I think the people that were there, as always, make the event even better. And remember, this is year one of that event. So whenever you're doing an event, you'll learn from that year. Even, again, events have been to World Domination Summit, Social Media Marketing World, they all learn every single year. So great job, Grow with Video Live team, for putting this event together. It takes a lot of courage to put together an event to make something like that happen, and you did it. You did it. I look forward to seeing Sean at Vid Summit coming up. I'm going to be at that conference. That's the next conference I'm going to 2 weeks after I'm done here in Toronto. So I'm going to wrap this video up. Next week, I've got another new episode coming for you. So whatever you want to see, please leave in the comments below. I know this was a bit more of a, hey Mike, where are the time management tips? There weren't as many in this episode. This is all still a concept kind of thing that I'm working on. So let me know what you think. This is probably going to fall into a separate playlist of vlogs or something like that. But nonetheless, I got it up. This is episode 2 in the books. So let's just see what I had to say on the other footage yesterday as we wrap this thing up. I'll see you next week, though. All right? Go Astros. Okay, they're back. Told you. Short, sweet, bunch of things in there. I've got lots more footage that I didn't put in. Some of it will end up being just left on the cutting room floor permanently. Some will go in future episodes. Bottom line is, I'd like to know what you think. What else you'd like to have. In the first episode, you gave me lots of ideas. I've added them to the library, to the wheel, to the mix. I'd like to do the same with what you think about with this. So what did you like? What didn't you like? What do I need to work on? All that stuff. Put that in the comments below. I'd love to hear the feedback. That's it. I'm done. I've got to get going to the airport. I've got to hustle. I'm not a huge hustler. I'm more of like the lively guy, but in this case, I'm going to totally hustle. Finish this coffee, get going. We'll see you next week. Cut.